Hello, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, classic slash non-classic. This is episode 120, and triple shot number 9. And this review, reviewing Uncanny X-Men Broken, Uncanny X-Men vs. S.H.I.E.L.D., and the final trade I'm reviewing on this channel for X-Men Legacy, Revenants. First up, it's this book, X-Men Broken, which first deals with Cyclops X-Men versus Dormammu, which they win that battle. And of course, the book kind of ends, of course, in the aftermath that Gold Balls, who was a character of his debut in the last trade, forgot to mention him, he leaves the team, goes home. Oh, he does come back a little bit later, though, but yeah. Of course, this book contains issues 6 through 11. I forgot the other book does not lead into Battle for the Atom. This one does. And also, yeah, this kind of happens. They train each other, Cyclops and Magneto. Now, in the following trade, Magneto leaves the X-Men. But I don't have the next trade with me. I have the trade after that one. But simply put, Magic turns this. This is Darkchild. This is the artist's interpretation of her as Darkchild, yes. But that's simply how it is. But this book is actually pretty good. It's not as good as the first trade, but this one still good follows up with it. The rating of this one is actually 8.5. It takes up a little because it's not as good as the startup trade, but this does keep the same flow as it. Right? Let's see. I'm thinking. Oh yes, I almost forgot. You also have the very first meeting of Magic and Doctor Strange. They meet for the first time, and at the end of this meeting, she becomes Doctor Strange's apprentice. Okay. One thing I remember: this is the first time that Doctor Strange actually meets Magic for the first time. All right. Next up, X-Men vs. S.H.I.E.L.D. Also, I forgot to mention in the last one. In the first trade, there are a new batch of Sentinels that are sent after the X-Men. This trade, right here, finally answers the question that people have been asking since issue 1. Who the heck is sending these Sentinels? The answer? Dark Beast from Age of Apocalypse. He is the one sending all these frickin' Sentinels. There's even a blockbuster Sentinel shows up in this trade. Yeah. It finally gets revealed after nearly 2 years. 2 years of story. Well, basically, this came out in 2014. Yeah, 2014. So after nearly 2 years of waiting, we finally answer that question of who was sending these Sentinels. And it's oh, by the way, this is the cover for issue 20. And the back cover is to issue number 22, which is the finale for that story. Yeah, basically, I think anybody will buy this buy issue 20 because of this fantastic cover. Probably because basically it's Cyclops, Emma Frost, and Magic front and center. And of course, in the previous trade, which I don't have here, that was basically the Good, Bad, and Human. Magneto leaves the X-Men and goes off his own solo book, which he still is today. This book has a team up with him, not be a member of the team. Yeah, which later leads to a climactic battle at the Jean Grey Institute, which causes a humongous amount of damage to the school. Of course, Cyclops is still wanted for the murder of Charles Xavier by the end of this, but yeah, that's simply how it is. But, and of course, at the end, this Dark Beast does finally die. Yes, Dark Beast finally dies after being around in the comics for the past, at this point, nearly 19 years. This character's been around for 19 years. This character's been around. He's been around since the Age of Apocalypse thing. He got himself here. I don't know why, but he did. But then it follows up with a 3-part story. Basically, the S.H.I.E.L.D. story takes up issues 1922. The last 3 issues, which is 23-25, is the original Sin tie-in, which is not much of a tie-in. It just simply they just put that there just to boost sales. It really has nothing to do with Original Sin at all, despite that being called Original Sin. That's why I'm picking on the band. It really has nothing to do with it. It's just a revelation of a new mutant named Matthew Malloy, and that Charles Xavier has kept this mutant hidden from all the X-Men. Even Magneto himself has never met him before. Yeah, and of course the issue picks up right where the last issue lives out. That's what 23 does. And it's basically the last will and testament of Charles Xavier, which happened to show up at She-Hulk's office. Yes, her legal office, which is kind of a partial tie. Which is, I would say, it's maybe an advertisement for the She-Hulk series, but the She-Hulk series is getting canceled next month. It's getting canceled. Not happy with that. Anyways, it's actually a pretty good story, and of course leads to the next trade, which is Omega Mutant, which hasn't come out yet because the last couple issues for the trade have not been released yet. Actually, the second last issue has. The final issue has not. But I'm hoping to get the trade. But this one was really good. It flowed just as well as the previous stuff, but this is still just as good. I give this trade a 9 out of 10. Not 9.5, a 9 out of 10. It's an improvement from Volume 2. And finally, X-Men Legacy Revenants, which contains issues 13 and 18. Simply, there are a couple stories here. One is basically David Heller going to the UK and ridding it of anti-mutant propaganda, which he succeeds in doing it. And of course, he runs to Pete Wisdom of MI13. That's simply that. And of course, this is the headline story of the book, is Legion versus the man who murdered his father, Charles Xavier, Scott Summers, aka Cyclops. And they battled out for the last 3 issues of this trade. But I gotta get credit basically for the credits too. This was actually pretty good. Now, Blindfold has this ridiculous idea. The artist has a ridiculous idea of what Blindfold is really supposed to look like. For some strange reason, her forehead is so freaking huge. I'm not kidding. It is so huge. I don't know why she's drawn that way, but she is. Now, of course, it's obviously why some people dropped this series, because it got kind of repetitive, and I can see why Marvel's had to cancel it after just 24 issues. But at least it lasted 24 issues. But then, of course, Simon Spurrier decided to introduce one more issue, which was 300 issue, which is not in this trade, by the way. That issue introduces to a brand new character named Forget-Me-Not, which is a character that shows up in his X-Force series, which is going to be canceled next month. To a straight series Simon Spurrier's been on, and it's been canceled. Now, since this is the last trade I'm going to review on here, but for the Pencilum trade, for the X-Men Legacy trades, it's okay. I give this book an 8 out of 10, but does it give his origin story in here? Some people are thinking, no, there's no origin story for Heller. People kind of know who he is, but by the end of the series, nobody remembers who David Heller is, because he erases everybody of his existence from everybody's mind, except for Blindfold, who remembers him. But the series simply just flashes back, it just rewinds back to just after Charles Xavier just died. Yeah. Oh, almost forgot. It's revealed also in this one, I've almost forgot to mention this before I end this video, it's also revealed that Charles Xavier married Mystique. And this was a jaw for everybody. Marrying Mystique. Yeah. Almost forgot to mention that in here. But this is 8 out of 10. It's okay. Alright. That's it. Stay tuned for my next episode, which will be episode 121. It will either be a double shot or a single shot. Who knows? Until then, see you there. Excuse me. Bye.